The MG32 German assault rifle. LSMG32 for Lucifer Star My Gun 32. Anyway, my people got the best of the best of the best, and my people were the best of the best of the best. And they practiced every single day, all day, every day, and from young little boys. Well, mid-aged about. I mean, I didn't train psycho killers, but basically military training began with school. First you will learn school, and then you will learn how to defend yourself. And then you will learn how to be a better person. You also learn manners. Basically, a normal cadet would also learn some manners, would also learn how to speak to a woman properly, politely, or whatever. You know, certain things. Also, we also included some general business or bargaining things and some other stuff. We just did some random schooling stuff and also a little bit of history. And also, then of course there'd be gun training. And once you were checked out on a gun, you would also continue your schooling. Basically, pretty much Germany was basically, or certain parts of Germany were basically a military academy. You know, we took in a lot of orphans, a lot of young boys, a lot of people from bad homes. And depending on their psychological evaluation, they would be put into some service. That might be a factory, or that might be a defensive position in the military. Like I said, Germany never had a draft because of the fact that we were one big government, basically. We were like, Germany was basically one big company, the whole thing. The whole country, from the point in time I bought it, I was like, I own it now, I'm going to run it like a company. So it basically became the collective. The whole thing. From that border to that border to that border became a one big, we are all together, all for one for all and all for one. And so I bought all the land, I bought all the houses, and basically it became my country. And everyone had a role to play in it. And so orphans are young boys, you know, that's why they were all, people were scared, but the outsiders thought, oh, it must be scary in there. It's like, no, people love to be in Germany. Everyone had a car. Everything was well planned, well thought out. People were trained extensively. Like I said, there was no question of anything. Like a lot of people looked down on well, they didn't understand the Germans. The Germans were much like were like superstars. They all knew hand-to-hand training, hand-to-hand combat. Women and men knew hand-to-hand combat. They were all trained to be respectful and responsible with a firearm. They were all trained with the best equipment possible. Getting into Germany was a privilege, not a right. So basically, we only let certain peoples in. Later on, we would let outsiders in to certain parts of Germany, but not the whole thing. We were like an exclusive club, basically. You know, I was the richest, most powerful person in the world, and they were my people. And so I intended to keep it that way. Later on, I bought Poland, and I kind of made Poland a little bit like I did Germany. You know, we did everything the right way. Everything was bought and paid for. Everything was earned. You would hear that a lot in Germany. We earned our right because we did. We worked. Everyone worked very hard. I worked very hard as an inventor, and I maintained I did not ever go back on my word. You know, I knew that I was a epic leader, and basically I would, you know, if I showed weakness or if I showed basically if I acted lesser, then I would be treated and also be considered lesser. And I was Lucifer Star, the one. Anyway, epic. You know, if you're going to be epic, you have to act like you're epic. I mean, many people would study the way I acted and study the way I was for many years after Germany. And like I say, when Africa or the black people decided to try and kill me, the leader of Germany, you know, Germany automatically protected me. Like they would say, it happened automatically. It happens automatically. So we had the ridiculous weapons, but basically one shot, one kill. and never to act in anger. Like they trained the boys, they trained the people, the women too. Never act in anger. Always think about what you're going to do before you do it. You know, always look beyond what is going on around you. See what's happening behind the scenes. Anyway, I had the best of the best. I could pick from the world and have them work in my country, and they would work happily and be paid very well, be treated very well. I mean, it was like being a superstar. So anyway, and it lasted a really long time. So anyway, and later on, I got a little bit more relaxed and I bought America and I started doing America. So anyway, and eventually, like maybe I got too relaxed, or maybe I let something. Anyway, so we never really lost, um, but we could be overwhelmed and overran, but it was very hard. That's why a lot of people, would say, "Oh, well, yeah, I was in the military." It's like, no, you weren't. If you were in the military, you would know what was going on. You would know that Starlight scope, which you had to ask me for, or they asked me for permission to sell it to you, was basically offered since 1800, or at least, except it weighed like 12 pounds, and then it weighed originally like 50 pounds or something like that, and then we reduced the weight to 9 pounds, 12 pounds, then 9 pounds, and 8 pounds, then 7 pounds. It reduced in weight over the years, and it was a military grade light intensification scope, the best, and it was like $3,000 or $12,000. I was like, okay, well, if he's gonna get it, it's gonna cost this, and he bought it because he knew it was the first of its kind to be offered to the public. Yeah, it's something that normally can't be bought. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'll sell it. Sure. I sold it at a heck of a profit. I mean, it only cost me like $12,000 like a couple hundred years ago to have it manufactured and made that way. And then later on, we put it in more or less mass production. Like a lot of the things I built, I basically put into mass production so all my soldiers could have it. So anyway, so all my German soldiers had the best. That's why a lot of people said, well, "Oh yeah, those German, like, no, you weren't in the military, were you?" Because even my American military had those same weapons. Like all my militaries did. When I bought America, they got those weapons, so they would have them too, and they would be trained the same way. So that's how you can tell like the real military from the fake military people. Anyway, real military people would know all this stuff, as I did. Of course, I have top level clearance. I have there is what is considered the President of America, and then there is Lucifer LS clearance, which is like doesn't get much better than my clearance. So anyway, sometimes people would be like, "Let's see if you have the clearance for it." It's like, whoa, I guess you do. It's like. Like it's priceless when people say, "Well, I don't know if you can know that information." It's like, why don't you check my clearance level? Whoa, I guess you can. It's like, yeah, like even on top of other galactic rulers, I'm like LS is like up here. It's like, I own 5 planets. What the? How are you up there? It's like, well, I've been here a while. Anyway, yeah. So I have absolute clearance, or had absolute clearance at one point in time. Well, I mean, I was the first. So anyway, yeah. But it's priceless when people are like that. Whoa, I guess you do. The way it hits them, like the ridiculous clearance, like unlimited basically. So yeah. Anyway. Though, but I didn't talk to most people very much. I just talked to my people mostly because, I liked my people. My people knew me. I didn't have to explain things to my people. My people were like, yeah, we know. We got it. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. You know me. So I could just say, well, I'm thinking folding wings. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. All right, let's do it. And so, it would happen.